Hey everybody, it's Nate Kessman with UD Broker CRM, Integrated Energy Console, and I'm going to record this quick tutorial video, probably about 5 or 6 minutes today, and we're going to talk about a couple of things that are really important in this energy business, and that's getting accounts enrolled and making sure that suppliers are following up on those enrollments. Now, I understand that accounts get closed maybe today or tomorrow, and then they're not due to be enrolled for 6 or 7 months. So what happens is business goes on. Maybe the supplier, the person who's supposed to enroll that account, they don't work there in 6 or 7 months, and someone drops the ball and the account doesn't get enrolled. The challenge with that is that a lot of times it's 90 or 120 days before you as the broker realize that that account isn't enrolled. Either you find out because you're missing a commission, or you find out because 2 bill cycles go by after the account gets enrolled and that supplier is not appearing on the bill. That can create challenges not only for your cash flow when you're missing commissions, but it can put a strain on the relationship between you and the customer. So we want to do everything to avoid that. The way we do that is we do a couple of things. One, we set enrollment lead times in our system, and what those enrollment lead times do is it creates an automatic reminder for you when that account is due to be enrolled. I'm going to demonstrate that for you in a second. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about our progress tabs. Now, these progress tabs monitor all of the stages that pretty much every account is going to go through in the deregulated energy business, whether it's the smallest of residential accounts or the largest of commercial accounts. Each one of these deals, each one of these clients needs to get a price quote. They need to fill out a contract. They need to sign that contract. The contract's got to be submitted to a supplier. It's got to be accepted. And then that deal's got to be enrolled. The utility is agnostic to the fact of what size the account is. So every account is important in following up on these steps that they go through. Our system manages those steps for you, and we do that with our progress tabs, as I'm going to show you. First, let's talk a little bit about enrollment lead times. Now, we know that every utility is a little bit different, so what we allow you to do is set these enrollment lead times based on your preferences and the actual utility. New York, for example, in electric, I know that the lead time is let's say 5 days for New York, but I'm going to set my enrollment lead time to 15 just so I have enough time to make sure that those accounts are getting enrolled. So what that means is once I set this enrollment lead time, as I go through the account lifecycle and book a deal, we're going to automatically create a reminder in the system that will remind you that that account needs to get enrolled. And you can send an email to the supplier letting them know it's time to get the account enrolled too. So you might want to set it for a little bit more time than you actually need. Massachusetts, for example, I believe it's a 2-day lead time in Massachusetts for electric. We've got that set to 10. Set it to whatever you want. If you want to do, let's say in New York, you say, all right, I know I have 5 days. I'm good if I have 10. And I'll just save that to 10 days. And what that's going to do is as you close deals, as you add accounts, we're going to set those reminders. And I'm going to show you, here's one that just popped up. This account, make sure you send the contract to the supplier in time for it to be enrolled. That's what that reminder will look like. Let's talk a little bit about how we get that to pop out. Again, have an account in New York. I just set that enrollment lead time to 10 days. So that's been saved. Let's get out of this. I'm going to go to an account, and we're going to create a quote for that account. I'm just going to kind of push through this here. You can look at my other videos if you need to learn how to create a price quote. We're going to start, we're going to get a November 18 start time. Let's just say that the customer wants to go with SFE. We're going to generate the contract for SFE, and that's going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to start the progress reporting. So you're going to see in a second, I'll click on the progress tab, and we'll be able to see all of the accounts that we've generated contracts for in our system. So if you want to go at the end of the week and say, how many accounts have we generated a contract for, and here's your account right here, New York Test. Let's go to that account. We just got the contract back, and we can mark that as closed won. And what that does is it moves it to the next progress tab. From pending signature, you'll go to sold not confirmed. In sold not confirmed, you'll take the confirm that you get back from the supplier, Hopefully it's got the actual start date. If you don't have that, leave it at the 1st of November. We asked for a November start date on that contract. Let's say the actual meter read date is November, oops, we're in September. Let's go to November the 12th, 2018. We'll set that. Contract length is 12 months. Our supplier is SFE. SFE might say, well, the usage you thought was 323. It's actually 345. And we'll go ahead and book that deal. Now what that does is it's going to do a couple of things. One, it's going to create the follow-up. Two, it's going to start your commission reporting. So if we go to reminders now, we'll see our New York test account has created a reminder on the 2nd of November 2018, 10 days before that deal is due to be enrolled. And you will get a pop-up on November 2nd saying that it's time to enroll the account. You can also see that in your progress tabs on the confirm not live stage. Your New York test account is confirmed. Remember, supplier sent a confirm, they've accepted the contract, but they have not yet enrolled it because the enrollment happens in the future. Once you're ready, once you see that pop-up come up, you'll be able to send an email to the supplier that says, you know, we've got a start date of November 12th. We're 10 days out. Let's get our enrollment confirmed. We're blocking out from this functionality now because the account is a little young. It's not ready to be sent. We can check Illinois test. Illinois test has a start date of October 16th, and we're within that guideline. We have a 30-day enrollment window for Illinois, just as a default. So what we can do is we can add commissions at this point, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. Or you can send that confirm to the supplier. I'm just using my email right now. You send them an email, and the supplier will receive an email that says, hey, we have this account. It's 10 days before the enrollment period. Please make sure this account gets enrolled. So once that's done, the account will move then to the final progress stage, which is pending enrollment. After the supplier gets back to you and confirms that everything looks good, you'll make a confirm on that, and that'll push it out to commission reporting. So that's a little bit about, you know, something that a lot of people either don't have time or simply forget to follow up on these enrollments. So we build that functionality right into the system. You can become responsible for how you follow up with your enrollments, and you become accountable. The supplier becomes accountable by setting these enrollment lead times and following up on them. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a little bit more of the functionality we offer. There's plenty more videos out there. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm available on email 24/7, Nate at integrated.energy. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.